focus on how Russia is today hosting both India and China. It is a trilateral meeting, the first trilateral meeting amid the Indo-China face-off at the LAC. So, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, along with his Russian and Chinese counterpart, that will be meeting via a video conference. A very important meeting it is considered, because remember, this comes at a very crucial time, at a time when you already have the Raksha Mantri in Moscow who will be attending the Victory Day parade, but also simultaneously in India, how several talks are taking place at the military level around the standoff at the LAC. At that point in time, you have a trilateral meeting, the first of its kind, extremely significant, and my colleague and a senior news editor, Shravan Sen, also joining us to talk to us in detail about what could be on the agenda. Shravan, though this is a trilateral meeting, which also means bilateral issues are unlikely to resurface. They might not be discussed, so border issues that might not be brought up. But what can we expect essentially from this particular video conference trilateral meet?
Well, as far as Raksha Mantri's itinerary is concerned, what we are being told is that he would be meeting his counterpart today, and apart from that, it is the schedule. You also have a meeting with the Deputy Prime Minister is what we are picking up at this point in time. Remember, this comes in the backdrop of what's actually happening here at the border, the Indo-China face-off that we are essentially looking at, and there's been no such perhaps solution, if I may say so. There have been co-commander level talks that took place. This is the second time that a co-commander level talk has taken place. In fact, yesterday's co-commander level talks continued for almost 11 hours, and the only single point of that has come in, a communication that has come in from that particular meeting, is that it has ended in a positive manner, is all what we have been told. But however, having said that, whether at all there is some sort of a plan that both the countries have at this point in time in terms of disengagement, that's not very clear, given the fact that you're talking about certain areas, especially like Pangyang. So these are areas, what we're given to understand, Kritzwin, where both the countries haven't really come up with a disengagement plan even in the past. The first co-commander level talks that took place on 6th of June, there too there wasn't a disengagement plan as far as Pangyang is concerned. It was only with regards to certain other areas, like for instance Gogra, Hot Springs, Chushul, as well as Galwan Valley. These are the places where a disengagement plan was brought up, but especially with regards to Pangyang, there was no such plan. Yesterday we were told once again that this is going to be one point agenda that will be driven through where India makes its position absolutely clear, that what India is looking forward to is status quo ante, going back to what the position was in mid-April as far as Pangyang is concerned. But not much has really changed. Now, whether at all this could be resolved with any other country stepping in. Remember, India's position for any bilateral condition has been that there would be no third-party intervention, and that's always been India's position. Now, this comes in the backdrop of the fact that the entire relation between India and Russia, for that matter, has also improved drastically. Looking at the kind of support that has basically come in, if you look at the kind of defense equipments that have also come in from Russia in itself, that in itself is a clear reflection of how exactly India-Russia relationship perhaps could be viewed. Even in fact in this particular visit of the Raksha Mantri to Moscow, we are given to understand that this is with regards to certain amount of equipments as well as aircraft that we are being told that perhaps would also be a part of that particular agenda.